Let's go. Let's get it. How y'all doing? There's gonna be a quick little video. You see it. Former President Barack Obama says gay professor shaped him as a young man. Ain't that interesting? They clown him so much. They clown him so much. Y'all already know this is gonna be a funny one. Y'all go ahead, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get it. Now let's preface this by saying Barack Obama is not the first black president. He's the first gay president of the United States.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable.
You know, I didn't I've been re-recording this. This is my second re-recording, right? Didn't catch that the first place. This guy is supposed to be talking to us. You guys know that, right? He's supposed to be talking to black Americans because they fooled us into believing that he was a black American. He's really Kenyan. He's not really for us. He's never been for us. This guy's supposed to be speaking to us, talking about we don't just need the dad, right? You gotta peep and read between the lines. You're saying this to us when we have a stereotype that the fathers aren't in the home, we have broken families and all that. We're in a time where fatherhood is not appreciated, not like it used to be. We're in a time where, and this guy made sure the whole single mother thing was propped up more. This guy wants to say we need more than fatherhood. Sometimes we need a gay best friend. And it's just like, what the fuck? Watch it.
Valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant.
I wonder what he would say that was ignorant. I wonder what it was. He's a young kid in college. I'm sure he said plenty of things that are ignorant. But I really want to know what type of things that he said that the professor found ignorant. And I really want to know the race of this professor. We already know what the race is. But I really want to know what the race of that professor was. Because this guy was probably talking about typical guy things. Typical young man things. Typical testosterone-driven things. And the professor would wag his finger. You don't know what this guy even means by that. See, it's supposed to be vague on purpose to give a general box, right? To be like, okay, whatever the gay person's saying, clearly they know what they're talking about more because they're gay. That's basically what he's trying to say. Let's see it.
Mm-hmm. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can.
So what this guy just said was basically straight men, heterosexual men, they don't really show empathy and kindness. See, we do show empathy and kindness all the time. It's just not at the degree that women do. Where masculinity drops the ball, femininity can pick it up. Men aren't supposed to be super in touch with their feelings. They're not supposed to be super sensitive. My fucking nose itches so much, man. We're not supposed to be all overly sensitive and all that extra shit, dude. That's for females. That's for women. Just like women aren't supposed to be all overly aggressive, combative, masculine. So what you're saying is the way that he words it and the way that he tries to deliver it, it's like he's trying to actually help and he's like, I'm trying to just be progressive, right? But as a man, when you're super kind, when you're super empathetic, what does that get you? That gets you fucked over. All the men know I'm telling the truth. That gets you fucked over. It's good to show mercy. It's good to be empathetic and kind to people who are kind to you. Just generally being that way is going to get you fucked over every single time. And if that's what his professor was teaching him, of course his professor was teaching him that. Of course he was. That is what he picked up from his professor because his professor enjoys getting fucked over. He enjoys bending over because his professor is a gay man. Final point he made, we should befriend gay people because you may have a child that ends up being gay or non-binary. That ignorant ass bullshit. There are two genders. All that unnecessary non-binary dumbass shit that white people created, absolutely time-wasting, retarded, ignorant shit, has no scientific backing, has no real backing, doesn't really change anything, doesn't do anything but waste people's fucking time. Male, female, that's it, end of story. Go get a fucking job. If my son is gay, which more than likely is not going to happen, I'm going to make sure my son doesn't get victimized. I'm going to make sure my son isn't growing up with degenerate and debauchery of media, of games, all that shit. Of course your son's going to turn out gay. He's playing Death Stranding too. Of course your son's going to turn out gay. You're buying him video games like Life is Strange. You're letting him watch shows like Steven Universe. You're letting him watch gay shit. You're thinking him playing with dolls and fucking doing what girls do. You think that that's just him exploring. No, it's not exploring something. You're supposed to set him on a path. Point blank, period. Because if we have all these weak men here, who's going to be leaders? See, they want the elite to be leaders. That's all, that's it. They want the elite to be leaders. They want you men over here to just at most hop on the hamster wheel and work yourself to death. For women that don't appreciate it. And I'm not talking about all women, of course. But I'm getting kind of off track here. My point is this. I'm not worried about my son being gay. I doubt he's going to be gay. Heavily doubt that. But if he is, I'm not going to treat him any differently. Why should I? What do you mean how I can relate to him, how I can help him? I don't need to help him. I don't need to help my son with anything that's to do with his sexual history or sexual journey at all. Besides telling that little nigga to wrap up and don't fuck these fast ass girls and don't get none of these hoes pregnant. That's the only way I need to actually guide him. But doubt my son's gonna be gay. But see, this is how Barack Obama has talked to the black community for a decade. He has tried to convince us, he's tried to convince the whole race that this gay shit is completely normal, what is in fact a mental illness. The CDC took it off as a mental illness through a vote, not through actual scientific evidence. If we look at, observe any gay person, you can see that there's something psychologically wrong with them. You can see the mental illness. You can see that clear as day. Anybody that has actual clairvoyance, actual clarity in their mind, understanding how the world works, the earth works, how nature works, you already know that's a mental illness. And hey, I'm not downing it. Everyone has mental illnesses. A lot of people have mental illnesses. Some people are off their rocker. Some people are crazy. They still get up, go to work, and get shit done. Some people have bipolar depression. Some people are bipolar in general. Some people have split personalities. Some people have missing arms, missing limbs. Some people have neurological disorders. But that's something wrong with them. It's wrong. Now they can embrace it. They can live with it. See the beauty in it. There's beauty in everything on earth. But it's still a mental illness. I'm not saying and denigrating gay people at all. I'm just saying, when I say I want my son to be straight, and my son will be straight, because I'm going to set him on a path, that's not me being, hyper masculinity, what you guys call it, toxic masculinity, let him be. No. It's called setting the record straight. It's called being a father. That's what a father does. That's why this guy is so against you just actually confiding in your father. We just think about this shit. We already have people over here thinking that black people don't have fathers at all that shit. And this guy's talking about, don't just listen to your father, listen to the gay man down the street. Listen to your gay neighbor that's like 40 years old living by himself down the street, kids. Befriend him. Like, actually think about this shit. Befriend the faggot down the street. Talk to him every day. Don't listen to your dad. Go have tea with the faggot down the street. That's really what it is. And this shit is pushed by the white, it is what it is, the white supremacists, because look at all the sex crimes, look at the main people in this country that are fucking little boys. Gay white men. That's what it is. That's how it always has been. This is pushed by them. This guy's a puppet master for them. They want to blame the Jews for every fucking thing. Everybody, it's all Aryan race until it comes to the Jews. It's all white power until it comes to the Jews. You cannot be like, oh, you look Jewish. No. There's no, you look Jewish. You look white. Stop it. I'm black, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm getting all amped up for this shit. Like, comment, subscribe, because you know I'm spitting that real shit. If you hate it, please leave a comment and dislike it.